There is a creature living in your ocean right now that has 3 hearts, blue blood, and can taste with its skin. It can solve puzzles. It can recognize human faces. It can literally change its entire skin texture in under a second to disappear in front of you. And here's the strange part. Scientists still aren't fully sure how it thinks. Today we're going deep into the life of the octopus, where it came from, how it was born, how its brain actually works, and why some researchers believe it's the closest thing to meeting an alien mind without ever leaving Earth. Stick around till the end, because fact number 7 is the one that made marine biologists rewrite the textbooks. How it was born. Origin and evolution. 045 to 330. Let's rewind. Way back, before dinosaurs, before trees existed on land. Octopuses belonged to a group called cephalopods, a word that literally means head-foot, because their arms are attached almost directly to their head. Fossil evidence suggests cephalopod ancestors go back over 500 million years. That's nearly 300 million years before the first dinosaur ever walked the planet. The earliest ancestors weren't soft and squishy like the octopus you know today. Many had hard outer shells, similar to a modern nautilus. Over tens of millions of years, something remarkable happened. That shell slowly disappeared. Why? The leading theory? Losing the shell meant losing weight and gaining flexibility. A soft body could squeeze into cracks, hide from predators, and move in ways a shelled ancestor never could. That trade-off, safety for speed and stealth, is basically the origin story of every octopus alive today. By around 296 million years ago, the first true octopus-like creatures appear in the fossil record. Today there are over 300 known species, living everywhere from shallow tide pools to depths of nearly 20,000 feet. So the octopus isn't just an animal that showed up recently. It's a survivor of almost every mass extinction event in Earth's history, including the one that wiped out the dinosaurs. Now here's something most people never think about. How does an octopus actually come into the world? A female octopus can lay anywhere from a few hundred to over 100,000 eggs, depending on species, usually in strings that she hangs like tiny grape clusters inside a den. And then something heartbreaking happens. The mother stops eating completely. For weeks, sometimes months, she stays by her eggs, gently blowing water over them to keep them oxygenated and guarding them from predators. She never leaves, not once. By the time the eggs hatch, most mother octopuses have starved to death, their final act of life spent protecting babies they will never meet. The babies themselves hatch as tiny larvae, drifting in open water, completely on their own from minute 1. No parents, no guidance, just pure instinct. Out of thousands of eggs, only a small handful will survive into adulthood. It's one of the harshest entrances into life in the entire animal kingdom. Here's where things get genuinely strange. An octopus has around 500 million neurons, roughly in the same range as a dog. But only about 1/3 of those neurons are in its central brain. The other 2/3? They're distributed through its arms. That means each arm can taste, sense, and even react on its own, semi-independently of the brain. In experiments, a severed octopus arm has been shown to still respond to stimuli, pulling away from something unpleasant, without any signal from the main brain at all. Some researchers describe it as the closest thing on Earth to having 8 semi-independent minds working together under one central manager. This is why octopuses are considered some of the most intelligent invertebrates alive. In labs, they've been recorded, unscrewing jar lids from the inside to escape, using coconut shells as portable armor, squeezing through gaps smaller than a coin since they have no bones at all, recognizing and remembering individual human researchers, and treating people differently based on past experience. One well-documented case, aquarium staff found octopuses were sneaking out of their tanks at night, crossing the floor, and raiding neighboring tanks for fish, then crawling back into their own tank before morning. Now let's talk about camouflage, because this is where the octopus stops looking like an animal and starts looking like something out of science fiction. Octopus skin contains specialized cells called chromatophores, along with structures that reflect light. Together, they let the octopus change color and even texture in under 1 second. It can mimic the ridges of coral, the graininess of sand, or the pattern of a rock, all without seeing itself. And here's the part that still puzzles scientists. Research suggests the skin itself contains light-sensitive proteins, meaning an octopus may be able to sense light directly through its skin, separate from its eyes. Combine that with the fact that its suckers can taste whatever they touch, and you get an animal that experiences the world in a way almost nothing else on Earth does. Through 8 arms that see, feel, and taste all at once. So knowing all of this, how do humans actually study, handle, and interact with such a strange creature? Marine biologists who work with octopuses in captivity follow strict guidelines because these animals are now widely recognized as capable of feeling stress and pain. In fact, several countries, including the UK, have passed laws formally recognizing cephalopods like octopuses as sentient beings deserving of welfare protection. For handling, researchers generally avoid picking octopuses up out of water entirely, since they breathe through gills and can only survive outside water for very short periods. When handling is necessary, during health checks or tagging, it's done with wet gloves, minimal restraint, and as little time out of water as possible. Public aquariums have also had to octopus-proof their facilities, adding locking lids and monitoring systems, simply because octopuses are known escape artists. For divers in the wild, the guidance is simple: observe, don't touch. Octopuses can deliver a painful bite, and some species, like the tiny blue-ringed octopus, carry venom powerful enough to be dangerous to humans, despite being roughly the size of a golf ball. And here's that fact I promised you. For years, scientists believed octopuses were essentially loners with simple, reflex-driven behavior. Then researchers studying a species nicknamed the gloomy octopus found something unexpected. Groups of octopuses gathering together in the same area, interacting, even seen shoving one another out of preferred den spots. They nicknamed the site Octlantis. It suggested that octopuses, long thought to be almost entirely solitary, might be capable of more social behavior than anyone had given them credit for. It's a reminder that even one of the most studied animals in the ocean is still surprising the people who study it. 500 million years of evolution. A mother who gives everything for eggs she'll never see hatch. A mind spread across 8 arms. Skin that might see on its own. The octopus isn't just another sea creature. It's proof that Earth has been growing aliens of its own the whole time. If you want the next animal breakdown like this, let me know in the comments which creature to cover next.